It's MasterChef.
This is my time to shine.
Searching for Britain's best amateur cook.
I won this competition, it changed my life dramatically.
136 contestants who all believe they have undiscovered talent.
It is all that I am to win this competition now.
Whoever wins, it'll change their life.
Cooking doesn't get tougher than this.
It's the MasterChef semi-finals. Only these 6 exceptional cooks remain.
To be at this stage feels absolutely fantastic and my confidence is through the roof. I really, really believe I'm going to win.
Final 6, getting a bit tense now, it's getting a bit intense, but it's great.
I'd always hoped I'd get this far. Didn't believe it truly until it kind of happened, but yes, it feels great.
I can't go through this journey, this kind of crazy secret MasterChef world and not win.
I know I can keep improving. I just want this. I want this really badly.
Oh my God, I so can do this. I can get the MasterChef trophy.
MasterChef semi-finals, and we have 6 brilliant amateur cooks. Everything they do here now matters.
Not all of these cooks will be good enough to stay in the competition. At the end of the show, the weakest will be going home. It's early morning in Oxfordshire, and the contestants have to bid farewell to family and friends and prepare to fight for their place in the competition.
MasterChef has already changed my life. And for me, it's just made me realise that I have a complete relationship with food. Once I get that trophy, my dream of getting the restaurant is just very close.
I've not got a job at the minute. That's why I get worked up for this competition, because it's about the only chance I've got to do something good. If I could win this competition, I'd just be like vindicate my own self-belief. It'd be awesome.
It's kind of ratcheting up the pressure a bit now. I've decided to change my life to do something with food, and that's, as a family, we've decided that. Ultimately, a small restaurant in Norfolk with some land around it would be fantastic.
I know exactly who I am as a chef. I'm a British regional cook, and I think having that niche will set me apart from the rest. The other contestants are absolutely fantastic, but I've got to beat them. I can't be the best friend, I can't be giving them tips. I want to win.
Food is pretty much everything to me. It's in the blood, really. My great-grandmother was a chef. On my dad's side, my great-uncle was a jam maker. To win MasterChef would just mean so much.
I'm hugely proud of him. I think he's done so well, and I just keep telling him, just go and do your best, because we'll just cook like you cook for me at home, because that's just the best cooking in the world, really.
I think it means the world to us as a family now. Ultimately, the sort of dream would be a pub restaurant in the country and just be able to cook the food I love cooking that people hopefully enjoy eating. I'm quietly confident, but it's pretty tough now. I think it just has to get better and better each round just to keep Greg and John pleased.
So proud of him. I can't believe he's done so well. So, yeah, really absolutely about him winning this and getting as far as he can.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Isn't it mad that the MasterChef is in this room, sitting around this table as one of us? That is crazy.
The semi-finalists are travelling to face their first major challenge. Denman College is home to one of the country's most influential culinary institutions.
Good morning. Welcome to these beautiful grounds. This is home HQ of the Women's Institute. You today are preparing lunch for 20 of the board and trustees. These ladies are used to a very, very high standard. They know great food. They know great cooking. You have a tough task. Do us proud.
The Women's Institute was founded in 1915 to involve women in food production during the First World War. Ever since, its name has been synonymous with outstanding home cooking.
Food and cookery is very important to the WI. I think we do pride ourselves on the fact that a WI jam tart is as good as any you'll get.
The WI has over 200,000 members who are all passionate about food. Today, 20 trustees are gathering for lunch to pass judgment on the semi-finalists.
Well, the ladies here, some of them I know are cookery judges, so they will know the finer points. When it comes to the jams and the chutneys, of course we'll have a very eagle eye on that.
Working in teams of 2, the contestants have just 2.5 hours to prepare a 3-course lunch of WI favourites.
Poached eggs we can do and keep them in.
There is
ice
a way
water.
to do, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Like raspberry jam, 75 grams.
And that's 6, so we need four times that.
Yep.
First course, pumpkin and sage bread. Oh,
What was it?
all together.
Physiotherapist Nargis and children's doctor Tim are in charge of the starter. Twice-baked cheese soufflés with salad, 2 types of chutney and fresh pumpkin bread.
Tim, I think you've actually drawn the toughest course.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think, well, it's soufflés and making bread rolls and 2 chutneys. There's quite a lot going on, so... But we're working well, we're communicating, so we're all right.
I think you're in charge, Tim.
Am I? Well, no, I think Nargis is in charge.
Yeah, we decided we needed to elect a leader, and Tim was happy for me to do it, so I decided to go for it.
What qualities do you think you've got, Nargis, that makes you stand out as a natural team leader?
I'm good at bossing people around, so, you know, those qualities are right for this job. Tim, has it got mustard powder in it?
No.
Has it got cayenne in it?
That's the,
Right, we've got to chop and peel these.
OK.
If we've got time, we might as well get the lettuce leaves ready as well.
Yeah, OK.
Yeah.
Oh, man alive.
Ex-factory worker Terry and food writer Alex are on the main course. Salmon and haddock fish cakes, served on a warm beetroot and honeyed walnut salad with a poached egg and hollandaise sauce.
So you want 1.5 onions?
Yeah.
To go in the milk for poaching the
There's
haddock.
roughly, yeah, got you.
We've got a dish with lots of different elements in it that have all got to come together at exactly the same time. It's going to be really tough.
To get the dishes out on time, Terry and Alex will have to work together with military precision.
Sweet, nice one. Yeah, I'm on it.
Terry's making the warm salad. He'll have to roast the beetroots, prepare the beetroot leaves, and bake the honeyed walnuts.
I've never cooked food for 20-odd people before. It's going to be hard work trying to keep it all warm, you know, make sure nothing dries out, is overdone, so it'll be a test of my time and abilities. So.
Alex, meanwhile, makes a start on prepping the potatoes for the 50 fish cakes.
How have you divided up the labour?
We're sort of taking it
as it comes, really.
Deciding on the tasks. We sort of decided the order in which to do things fairly early on, and we're sort of going through it one at a time, and when one of us is finished, we're...
Who's in charge?
We're both on the same wavelength, we're just sort of working together.
I'm hoping there's some sort of kitchen telepathy that's going to be going on here.
With half an hour already gone, PA Stacey and Dad of One Dhruv make a start on the puddings. A claret jelly with blackberry fool and a ginger thin, a Bakewell tart, and a Victoria sponge.
I don't really cook puddings. It is my weakness, but in a way I'm quite pleased to get it because it's, you know, it's a real test to see if I can actually do these things. 340, so I need 240.
With the WI renowned for their baking expertise, they'll have to make sure every aspect, from the pastry for their tarts to the cake mix for their Victoria sponge, is perfect.
You must be in your element, aren't you?
Yeah.
British classics.
Yeah. Mint Victoria sponge, love it. Never thought I'd get to do Victoria sponge on MasterChef.
How are you going to make that small enough and elegant enough to fit on a plate?
This is just me brainstorming, but do a little cutout so you have like a tiny little one. That's brainstorming. Give us a look as if it's a good idea or a bad idea. 1 litre of double cream, soft peaks, bosh. That's the other half of the sugar, right, which you need to whack in the blackberries. Blackberries are on the stove. They'll be done in about 30 seconds. I just need to... We're equal bosses. We're equally as good, so I don't mind taking charge if I have to.
Guys, you've had over an hour. Please keep your eye on the clock.
Should we weigh them to see that they're all the same size so they look perfect?
Yeah, you can do.
You've got just over an hour before your first course goes up.
Yeah.
You on time?
Yeah, we're on time.
Holy crikey.
On the starter, Nargis and Tim have their pumpkin bread ready for baking. But they've only just made a start on their spiced tomato and nectarine chutneys.
Chopping these onions, and they're obviously very strong onions, so they're making my eyes water. This needs to get into the oven ASAP.
Naga says she's in control, but actually they've only got an hour before those first courses go out, and the souffle hasn't even been made yet. They're going to have to really push it, really seriously push it.
We've got to get the souffle absolutely perfect. If we don't, we might fail our task, so I've got to concentrate on that just now.
While Tim and Nargis quickly fill the 25 souffle dishes,
Need another one of them bowls, that's, yeah.
Give it a rinse.
Need a...
Alex and Terry are running behind, making their 2 types of fish cakes. They've poached the salmon and haddock, but they still need to make the rest of the filling, which includes dill, anchovies and mash.
We need mashed potatoes for both the fish cakes. So I'm just mashing my way through a couple of kilos of spuds, and now I'm done.
But 2 kilos of potatoes has only resulted in 1 bowl of mash, which has to make 50 fish cakes.
What's that for 20?
we need to make, yeah, 50 odd fish cakes.
40, don't you? 50?
Yeah, that was 2 kilos of potatoes. That was 2.
It doesn't look right. I mean, even if you look at it, it doesn't look right, does it? The idea of that amount of potato to make 50 individual fish cakes, that's a lot of stuff, and we've got a little bowl of potato. If you think to yourself, if that's 1, isn't it? Well, that's probably 1, isn't it?
Looking to do
50.
50.
With the clock ticking, Alex has to quickly prep extra potatoes for the mash.
Oh, well, just drain them eggs out of that.
Where's the pan gone?
It's over.
And in the panic, they've burnt the honeyed walnuts for the salad.
These look like poo. They taste fine.
You haven't got time to do them again, mate.
Still got to peel the beetroot, saute the tops. Holidays takes a while to make. Well, doesn't it? It's good 15.
Well, one of us needs to get on holidays, one of us needs to get on the fish cakes, don't we? We've got a hell of a lot to do, yeah. And not an awful lot of time in which to do it.
What's happening with the potatoes, Alex?
Sorry, mate?
And with the potatoes?
Still boiling.
Terry, have you got both fish cakes to do?
I think I might have, yes. I think,
Does that mean you're not really sure what stage you're at?
No, that doesn't mean, no. Organised chaos, but it's just the way we're working.
What's left to do?
Peel the beetroot, saute the beetroot tops, make the hollandaise.
What's really worrying me is this main course. They are struggling. It was sink or swim, and right now they're on their tiptoe with their noses above the water.
Beetroot,
beetroot.
Alex and Terry have decided no boss. Somebody has to take control. Somebody has to take control.
Time is running out for all three teams. Stacey and Drew's claret jellies are almost ready to go into the fridge.
I'll be there to help you in about a minute, just filling these jellies up.
Great, I'm just starting on the pastry for the Bakewell tarts.
But they've still got to make their Bakewell tarts and Victoria sponges.
Do you want that thinner than that?
No, that's spot on.
Yeah?
That's spot on, yeah, because by the time I've pushed it in...
We're all right, we're on track. Stacey, the others are only going to get about 5 minutes in the chiller, OK?
Yep, that's cool. I'll grab the other one. I'll up the chiller door.
I've just put the other ones in there, so if we just give these another go.
Right.
You talk to the guys about puddings, they say they're in control, yet there is not one single thing in the oven yet. You got 35 minutes. 35 minutes.
Nargis and Tim have their 25 soufflés in the oven, but they will still need to be baked a second time just before service.
Are they ready to come out yet?
It's going to be tight, no.
What time are they supposed to come out, Tim?
7 minutes.
It's really, really tight, but we're going to get there. We're going to do it.
With half an hour until service, the 20 most senior members of the Women's Institute arrive. They're expecting to sit down to 3 courses of faultless cooking. They are all experts in their field. Diana Birch is cordon bleu trained and is a keen chutney maker. Frances Isaac sits on the committee at Denman College, home of the WI Cookery School. And Amy Wilcock is a leader in the field of Aga cookery.
"20 minutes for your starters."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make some space to plate it up.
Yeah.
Should we clean down all of this?
Yeah.
The soufflés have risen. Now Tim and Nargis have to quickly turn them out without losing their shape, before adding cheese, mustard and cream and getting them back into the oven to brown.
Ladies, lunch is ready.
It's tight. It's really, really tight.
1 o'clock means 1 o'clock. You got 4 minutes, yeah?
OK.
Are we 5 minutes delayed?
It's going to be 1:05.
Well, you better hurry up then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Can we go and tell them?
No. Go. Quick.
Oh, what do you reckon? We should all band together to get this first course out?
Yeah.
What? No, you don't need to. You're going to be serving your main course in half an hour. Terry, forget helping somebody else, mate. You've got to get your own food up.
It's 1 o'clock. 20 of the country's most knowledgeable home cooks are ready for lunch. Maggie Simons sits on the committee at Denman College. Anne Harrison trained in home economics and is a cookery judge. Marilyn Haynes Evans is on the council of the British Nutrition Foundation.
Tim, come here. Right, Tim, you do the salads, I'll do this.
With such exacting critics waiting for lunch, Nargis and Tim must plate their soufflés perfectly.
Look.
Yeah, we're cool.
We're not cool, just do the salads first and then do pork.
OK.
And then do chutneys, please.
OK.
That's it. How many people on the table, Tim? 21 people, was it? Tim, answer my question, was it 21 people? I really told you off, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't care if the food's all right without.
Tim and Nargis's starter is twice-baked cheese soufflé with spiced tomato chutney, nectarine chutney and pumpkin bread.
That is delicious. It's gorgeous. The souffle is a very delicate, really nice taste, but sadly it's overpowered by the chutney.
Yeah, I've been making chutneys all week. My husband doesn't want the house smelling any more vinegar, but I think this one is too strong.
To put that all together in 2.5 hours, I think was a really a very good effort. I felt it was really very tasty. I would recommend it to anybody.
Well done, Tim.
Sorry for having a go at each other.
Tim was flustered because I was screaming my head off, and so he couldn't answer my question, which was making me more angry. So, but we got there in the end.
I'm big enough and old enough to cope with a bit of grumpiness.
The spotlight is now on Alex and Terry.
Come on, guys, you're late. You're late.
Alex still has to finish the poached eggs and complete the hollandaise sauce. And Terry's only just starting to cook the fish cakes.
Terry, you got about 10 minutes, yeah? Sorry? You got about 10 minutes.
Yeah, tell me about it. Sticking that on. I need to blitz some more bread up.
Where's that olive oil gone?
Terry, you're supposed to be going in 5 minutes. How long are you going to be, really?
Close to 10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes, so at least 10 minutes late?
Yeah, I think so.
Have to tell somebody.
I'm afraid the main course is going to be about 10 minutes behind schedule. Can you please send the chef's apologies? Thank you.
Everyone, could I have your attention, please? We've just been told there's going to be a 10-minute delay for the main course. So continue with the conversation.
Is that all the fish cakes done?
No, yeah, they're over there.
There as well. Are you ready to go, Terry?
Nearly, very nearly.
And have we got enough greens, beet tops for everybody?
We'll have to manage, that's all we've got.
That's got to go through 20 people. Just behind you. Look.
Oh, right, I didn't see them. I didn't see them. Excuse me?
How are you getting on, Terry?
Should I chop some more garlic?
You don't need to chop more garlic. Just get the greens in there and mix the whole lot together, will you?
Yep.
Some butter.
Yep.
What those boys are doing, I have no idea. There's no plates out. The whole thing is a mess. They have lost it. They are going to need help. You might have to step in there.
That's your 10 minutes up. You haven't even started to plate up yet. Your plates are there. You need to get yourself organised. Your beetroot, your leaves, your fish cakes, your hollandaise, your serving spoons. Guys, you're going to be at least another 5 minutes, at least.
Chill out, okay?
Yeah.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. It's okay, we'll be fine, we'll be fine, we'll be fine, we'll be fine.
Come on, guys, you've got 20 plates to get up. You're not going to take all day. Go, go, go. Come on.
Move.
Up, up, up. You're now 15 minutes late. You get your first 3 plates up.
Mate, there's no eggs on those. There's no eggs on those.
Come on, guys. Just push it up. Come on. Yep.
Go, just get
Yeah, right, okay.
Guys, do you think that's good enough?
No.
It's not good enough. It's not.
Terry and Alex have served a salmon and a haddock fish cake on a warm beetroot and walnut salad with a poached egg and hollandaise sauce.
It's not good presentation.
It's a bit inconsistent. Okay, are we all meant to have the, is it the walnutty bit?
Would you like to have one of my walnuts? Because I've got 2. Yes.
Aren't you the lucky one?
I am the lucky one, yes. I'm the very lucky one.
My poached egg's beautifully cooked.
haddock fish cake is really, really yummy. The salmon one, I think, needs a bit more seasoning and a bit more flavouring to do something to it.
Oh, my walnut's bad. An unusual main course. Probably it wasn't entirely successful this time.
We've got 20 plates out. I wouldn't serve any of them. I wasn't happy with any of them. Yeah, it just went wrong.
It was a lot to do. A lot to bring together all at once, which is where I think we fell down. It was woeful.
Oh man! Do you know what? It could have been a lot worse.
Stacey and Dhruv are due to serve pudding in 10 minutes.
We are behind. If the other guys weren't late, we would be knee-deep in it right now.
If I wipe the bases.
Their claret jellies are set and their Bakewell tarts are cooked, but there's still a lot to do.
So how long are you going to be before you're ready? 12 minutes?
About 15, no, be realistic, 15?
2:15.
Yes.
I don't think they've considered how long it's going to take to plate those desserts.
It's a massive pudding, so I think if we can get that a bit smaller, the better.
Right, do you reckon chop the edges off these, trim it down? What do you think? Let's leave it.
Do you know what? I think it looks all right.
I thought you were going to slice those sponges in half.
No, I did a top and a bottom in separate things. Obviously, I've cut the top off, filled it. I'm going to put another one on top.
Are you stacking those on top of each other?
This is how I do for me husband.
That's got to be the biggest sponge cake I have ever seen. How are you going to serve that?
We're going to slice it.
Whatever you do, you got 3 minutes to get it on a plate, so I wouldn't talk about it. Guys, you had an extra 15 minutes.
Right.
You are officially running late.
Yep. Don't push, because I know you're not pushing, but the cream will come out. Sorry about
Cheers.
the sponge
No,
line.
don't be silly. That's delicious.
So it's a mac and portion. If they cannot say how else, but
Well, they're not going to go home hungry.
yeah.
Dhruv and Stacey have served claret jelly with blackberry fool and a ginger biscuit, a Bakewell tart and Victoria sponge.
This is ridiculous. Can I take some home in my serviette? Is it like a birthday party? You wrap the cake up.
I think it's very nice.
Yeah, mine's
quite crisp.
That one.
A great aftertaste with the ginger biscuit. I mean, it's a surprise when you get to know.
You raced through your claret jelly. Well, it was rather lovely.
The Bakewell tart was excellent, I thought. Very nice, light pastry.
Sponge cake is beautiful texture. It's very light, very fluffy.
It's delicious because it tastes really fresh.
I think it's absolutely lovely. I love pudding, and I think it's great. But the sponge cake is huge. There's at least enough for two there, if not three.
Honestly, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the size of that cake. I would have done that at home. But obviously, this is MasterChef, it's not home cooking, so it should have been a little bit more refined.
I can't imagine anyone's going to send back for seconds, but reasonably happy, thanks.
I would imagine that cooking for the WI is quite daunting. Well done, and I hope you all go on to great things. Thank you very much.
This was their first major test. There was no head chef in that kitchen, that was down to them.
Today, I think they struggled.
It's not a big jolly love in this competition, it's about one of us winning. And I think there's probably things I could have done different in there today if I'd have thought about it that way from the beginning.
This was just a little taster of what's to come. And if it's anything like this, oh my God, I think we're going to die by the end of the challenge.
There was a lot to do in the time, a lot of techniques to get fitted in. Could have gone better.
I've got to make sure there's absolutely no errors, however tiny they are. That margin for error is just getting tiny and tinier.
When it goes pear-shaped in the kitchen, it goes pear-shaped pretty bad, pretty quick. We got the food out eventually, but I wasn't happy with any of it, so bit of a disappointment, really.
If I'm going to stay in the competition, I'm going to have to cook my little socks off. So I've got one more chance. I hope that I can.
Serious pressure, cooking for 20 ladies of the WI. But big, big pressure next, because they know they are cooking for their place in the MasterChef competition.
So far, these semi-finalists have produced some extraordinary food.
Full of flavour, full of texture. Stacey, fantastic.
You're floating away there on caramel, vanilla and sugar. Tastes great.
The crumbliest, shortest pastry, it's beautiful.
Thank you very, very much.
I really like that, Drew. I think you are a really clever cook.
Ah, that is so cool. Nutmeg and cinnamon and allspice. I love it, Nardis.
2 have already failed to make the grade.
Matt.
Mitra.
And if the remaining 6 want to survive, they must conquer their faults.
It looks horrendous.
I totally agree.
I find that a very harsh, peppery finish.
There is no cream in Moules Marinier at all. There's a lot of seasoning in the dish.
You need to have much sweeter big pea flavour.
I still think you have work to do on your presentation.
Today, there is no room for mistakes.
You have a chicken, the humble chicken, one of the most universally used products in the whole world. You have to elevate that humble chicken to the most beautiful dish you have cooked so far in this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, the great chicken test, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's cook.
They want to cement their place on MasterChef. We need to see something stunning. At the end of this, the weakest will go.
I don't think yesterday improved my chances at all. I certainly made mistakes. What I need to show John and Greg today is a bit more composure.
Your humble chicken, what are you going to do with it to impress us, Tim?
Make a chicken roulade with saffron potatoes, but the real star is the sauce that goes with it, with pine nuts, walnuts and truffle honey, which is just arousing. It's just fantastic. I just wanted to feed you today. This is just savoury deliciousness.
And you're smiling, and I don't think I've seen you smile about a dish before.
I am never going to be in this position again, and unless I completely immerse myself in it and completely go for it, I'm out. And I'm not going home because I didn't try and because I lost confidence, because I'm not about that.
Tim has given us big, bold flavours before, and I haven't always liked it. He's got to pull it off today.
Now in the competition, I think I've got to really focus on my presentation and my portion size. Those are my 2 main things that I'm going to be working on.
Stacey, what are you going to cook for us?
Poached chicken in a Somerset cider brandy cream sauce, and the sauce is going to have jewels and broad beans flashed through it.
Tell me where that sauce comes from.
I was experimenting once. I think I ran out of Madeira, so I thought I'll put a bit of that in and try it, and I thought it was really, really nice. And I think it was actually Calvados, but obviously, for me being a British cook, I wanted to use the apple brandy.
How much attention are you putting into the look of this food?
I need to get it spot on, because obviously that's the thing that I've received the most negative comments on. As you go on further and further, it's like you're so close to your dream, it's unbelievable. This is what I want to do, this is what I've always wanted to do, but now I've got the confidence to do it.
It's a lot more refined than I expected from Stacey. All she has to do now is make sure it's bursting full of flavour and it's presented beautifully.
I would like to develop a slightly slower cooking technique. Instead of rushing at things, I'd like to be, you know, more controlled, more collected. I'd like to be the boss of myself instead of food sort of bossing me, sort of thing. That's where I've got to strive towards, I think.
Terry, what are you going to cook for us?
Stuffing the chicken breast with penny buns and shallots, wrapping it in streaky bacon. Make a little chicken pie, leeks, and a masala sauce.
Before, we had rabbit 4 ways. You got yourself in a bit of a mess.
Yep.
We've got chicken 2 ways today. Are we going in the right direction?
I think we are. I think I'm definitely taking a step back from the, trying to do things at 100 mile an hour. I'm sort of getting myself a bit less to do. Hopefully that's going to work in my favour. But as of yet, I'm not sure.
Just stop for a sec. I want to say something to you. You are very, very fortunate to have a natural gift. And that is you have a natural ability to cook. You have to calm yourself down, take your time, and do yourself justice. Can you do that?
If I don't do myself justice today, that'll be worse than anything I could possibly think of.
Then do yourself justice, okay?
I will.
I love the sound of Terry's food. He's got chicken stuffed with penny bun, he's got a little chicken pie, and he's got a sweet masala sauce. John, that is heaven for me. The whole thing sounds fantastic. Coming together on one plate, it sounds slightly confused, and Terry looks slightly confused.
You've had 40 minutes. You're halfway.
I know I've not been getting quite enough flavour into my dishes. It's something that I've got to rectify today. And if I don't do that, it's going to really cripple my chances of going further.
Alex, are you happy to be cooking on your own again?
Do you know what? I learned more from yesterday than at any other point in the competition so far.
What do you want this food to say about you today, Alex?
I can sum that up in one word, flavour. And I thought the best way to showcase this fabulous bird is to roast the breast off and serve it with a porcini and thyme risotto.
Many people at home cook a roast chicken, make a risotto. What's going to make yours special?
The fact that it still has a place on the menus of top restaurants, I think, means that making an excellent risotto is not an easy task. And so I'm hoping it's going to be spot on.
Is this round for you, Alex, about survival?
No, this round isn't about survival. It's about showing you what I really can do.
Alex feels, and I agree with him, he doesn't have to prove that he's got technical ability. He feels he's got to prove he can deliver big, tasty food. So, go and do it.
I've now done 2 dishes which blend heavily on spices and flavours, so I think I'm going to have to do something that shows a bit more.
Drew, we've seen some extraordinary food from you going through this competition. What are you going to cook for us?
Today I'm cooking ballotine of chicken stuffed with pork belly, tarragon and lemon zest. Doing that with mashed potatoes, chanterelle mushrooms and cabbage with chestnuts and bacon.
This isn't your normal style.
The chicken, because, it's all about the humble chicken, I didn't want to make the poor guy not the star of the show. So I thought by hitting it with, I think it was 22 counts, was the last count for the spicing for the duck, I thought I'd let the poor little guy have his own voice today.
There's a huge weight of responsibility on that one chicken.
There absolutely is, and unfortunately some of that's on me as well.
Drew's ambitions are huge. He's cooked for us Spanish, he's cooked for us Indian. Today he wants to cook us classic French. That's fantastic. If he pulls it off, that's brilliant. I think you have enough time to make another mash if you have to. Because that is lumpy, son.
This kitchen smells fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I need to show them that I can work under pressure, I can get my timings right, and I can produce the star dish that they're looking for. I can produce the wowie dish that they're looking for.
Nargis, you are looking very tense.
I'm looking tense because there's just such a lot to do in this dish. I'm making you a Thai green chicken curry, so I'm concentrating and making sure that this is perfect.
Is a Thai green curry something that many people cook in the home these days going to be good enough to secure your place?
The flavours are just going to blow your minds, and I just can't wait for you to try it, because it did blow my mind off.
What do you feel you have to demonstrate to keep yourself in the competition? What are we looking for here?
Yesterday just made it that bit more serious and made me actually realise that this is really what I want to do and I can't mess up.
Nargis is doing Thai green chicken curry, but like a Black Forest gatto, it can either be fantastic or really boring. We know she's great with spices. Can she do it with Thai spices? You have 6 minutes only. That's it. Stop. Stop. Time's up.
Their chance to cook is over. Now all their hopes of staying in the competition rest on just one dish. Children's Dr. Tim has made chicken roulade with a truffle honey, walnut and pine nut sauce with saffron potatoes.
The chicken roulade itself is cooked perfectly. You get the crunch and the flavour of the chestnut mushrooms, and sitting on top of that is that rich walnut sauce. But you are then surprised by the sweetness of honey and this big whack of truffle. There are combinations of flavours which are unusual. They sort of zing around in your mouth and sort of test your mind and your palate. I like it. Some people, I think, will find it a little bit weird.
Okay. Okay.
Apart from the texture of the moist chicken, the flavour there is that sauce which goes between truffle, nut and honey. Very nicely too. But it is so different to anything I've tasted. I can't find anything on there that I really dislike, but I'm just not luxuriating in this dish as I have some of your others.
Okay. I thought I did show the judges what I wanted to show them. It's exactly how I wanted the dish to look, but they didn't like it as much as I did.
Nargis has made a Thai green chicken curry served with fragrant rice.
It's fantastic. It's got a real thick sweetness to it. At the same time, you can hear my voice, it's got a huge amount of chilli in the background. It's salty from the fish sauce and it's sour still from the lime. The paste has been properly made, your chicken is beautifully cooked. It's a very good green curry.
I think you've got some front coming in here and making a Thai green curry, but I'll give it to you. It's a very, very good curry. It tastes divine.
I know they loved my dish and I should be elated by that, but I'm actually not, because they kept mentioning the fact that it was too simple. And I am kicking myself a bit about that.
Alex has made roasted chicken breast with porcini and thyme risotto, pan-fried chanterelle mushrooms and a chicken jus.
Alex, good looking dish.
Thank you.
Lovely rich chicken sauce around the outside, deep with flavour from the roast chicken with those woody mushrooms. Hint of thyme, almost antiseptic, and the perfectly roast piece of chicken with a crispy skin. I think that is all delicious. Alex, you have a very tasty plate of food. At last.
Finally.
It tastes delicious. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's lovely. I love the meatiness, the deep,
deep taste of that sauce around the perfectly cooked rice, specks of thyme and a really moist chicken. Alex, well done.
Thank you.
Well done. I think that's great.
I've been hunting for these comments for the last 2 or 3 rounds, so to finally get it feels really good.
Terry has made a chicken leg and wild mushroom pie and chicken stuffed with penny bun mushrooms with masala sauce and mash and leeks.
There are some very big pluses on that plate. There are some very big minuses. I love that soft chicken with the bacon, leeks and masala sauce. I love the sweetness in there. I think that is delicious. And there, the positives stop. Because we need a little bit more seasoning in the mashed potato. The chicken inside your pies, it's a little bit hard.
I have to applaud you, Terry, for getting anything on a plate, because at one stage there today, I thought it was all going to go wrong. Beautifully cooked piece of chicken with smoky penny buns, porcini mushrooms inside and salty bacon wrapped on top, going beautifully with soft buttered leeks. A little bit of sweetness from your masala sauce, really, really good indeed. Sitting on the side of that, we've got another little chicken pie idea, and it's all a little bit chewy and a little bit hard. The frustrating thing for me, Terry, standing here, is I know you have a gift, but at some stage, you have to learn when to leave it alone.
I think after yesterday's challenge, I needed to be on top of the pile today, and I'm not. I think I'm still on the bottom, so that don't bode well.
Stacey has made poached chicken with spinach, girolles and broad beans in a creamy cider brandy sauce.
Beautiful looking bowl of food. It looks fantastic. It looks professional. That chicken is beautiful. It's really moist and seasoned very, very nicely, but I really don't like that sauce. I find it far too watery, and I don't like the sweet acidity of apple with the chicken. Pork, possibly. Chicken, no.
Your poached chicken is lovely and soft. The caramelness of the apples with the chicken, it's just on the edge. It's an interesting one. It works, but it's a real risky one because the chicken is very, very subtle and that sauce is quite powerful. I think some lovely aspects of the dish. That sauce needs to be a little bit thicker.
If I went home today, I would be really disappointed, and it would be really, really gutting to know that I've done my best and it wasn't good enough.
Dhruv has made ballotine of chicken, pomme puree, Savoy cabbage and bacon, chanterelle mushrooms and a Madeira sauce.
How you doing, Dhruv?
Very disappointed with the way my dish turned out, actually, but
I think it looks good. Chicken's really soft. I like the meatness of the pork in there. I love the aniseed of the tarragon. I love the creaminess of that pomme puree. Crunch of the cabbage and bacon is good. There's too much salt in that cabbage.
As a whole, the dish works very, very well because you have the crunch of the cabbage and the saltiness of the bacon with the sweetness of the chestnuts. The potato puree you really struggle with, and it has little tiny fine lumps in it. I think there's little aspects that can be improved upon, but all in all, I think it's a pretty good dish.
Thank you.
I also think you're giving yourself a really hard time.
I wanted it to be a great dish, but yeah, I'm just not pleased with it.
We don't dislike it as much as you do. Does that make you feel any better?
Not really.
Okay.
I think at this stage they've got to love the dish, you know, they've got to be bowled over, and it's just so disappointing when you let yourself down.
My dish is about as far away from what I wanted to cook as you could possibly imagine.
Serious pressure in here today, John. The air was absolutely electric. Alex has always delivered for us food which has looked beautiful. What he had to do was take that beauty and match it with taste. Today he did it. Sticky sauce, woody mushrooms, perfectly roast chicken, crispy skin. It delivered and it tasted beautiful. He now has proven he's got technical ability and the ability to deliver taste on tap.
Having heard the comments, I think I've got a good chance of going through. I'll be so happy if it happens.
Tim took a huge risk today because it was a dish he has created in his own mind. That walnut sauce on top with pine nuts and the truffle honey, sweet but then punchy with the truffle against the chicken, I thought was lovely. It was a very, very confident, brave dish. It didn't set me alight, didn't set me on fire, didn't want me to dive into it. There are little hints in there which are unusual as combinations, but for me it delivered.
I can't measure how important it is to me to stay in the competition. So it's everything. It's everything right now.
Well, Nargis, I'm honestly not sure at all, John. To walk in here trying to secure her place in the next round with the Thai green curry, I think is extremely brave. But then again, to do it authentically, with a proper paste, make it really spicy, make it sweet, make it sticky, the chicken's still moist and lovely inside, and perfectly cooked rice. I know that we believe a Thai green chicken curry to be really easy. Many people buy their paste, put it in a pot and stir it. That's not what Nargis did today. But in an arena where you're supposed to showcase your culinary skill, is that enough?
I wouldn't like to go out just now. No way. But I am worried that my dish was too simple.
Stacey's chicken was beautiful. I think it's one of the best cooked chickens in the room. But I really didn't like that sauce at all. But it looked right, and that's what she was aiming at. She's succeeding in presentation, but to the detriment of her own food. The idea of taking a breast of chicken, wrapping it in cling film, poaching it so it stays lovely and moist is a great idea. OK, cider sauce, rich with alcohol, quite warm in the throat. I didn't mind that too much. Little mistakes though. The sauce wasn't reduced enough and we end up with a very, very liquid sauce and it washed away all the other great flavours.
I entered this competition to win, so to get kicked out at such a critical stage, it would just be heartbreaking, and especially when I know I've done all I can, because it would kind of be like I've got kicked out because I'm not good enough.
Terry aims for the sky. He wants to do so much because he wants to prove his worth and that he's good enough to go further in the competition. I think the chicken wrapped in bacon with those cream leeks was beautiful. And then that going very, very well with the mashed potato and the cabbage. His pie, unfortunately, let him down. The pie with its bits of corn floating around, chicken tough, not cooked properly. For Terry, it's all about method. And at the moment, to actually get the food on the plate is becoming more and more difficult.
John and Greg suggest I take too much on, but honestly, I can do these things. If I didn't think I could do it, why would I do it if I know I'm just not going to have enough time?
True, I've never seen a man so emotional. He sets himself high standards. Today, he was cooking a classic French dish. It was good. There were lots of little mistakes, though. Little grainy bits in his potato, over-seasoned his cabbage, but in reality, a pretty tasty dish.
It wasn't an awful dish, but it fell way short of my capabilities, really.
We've got to be brutal. There is too much skill in this room to take the weaker ones. But we also have to be very, very careful we don't lose somebody who has true potential. Six extremely skillful, driven cooks. We have made a decision. We cannot take you all through. The first person to leave us is Terry. Sorry.
was my world, and it's just like, just been ripped apart, innit? I had a chance and I blew it. I wanted to be there to the end, I wanted to win, I really thought I could. Obviously I couldn't.
That leaves us with the 5 of you. Alex, Tim, you're staying with us. Nagas, Drew, you're staying with us. Stacey, you're not going anywhere either. You're staying with us.
I was thinking just make it quick.
I'm just so relieved to still be standing here.
It feels so fantastic. I'm absolutely over the moon. I can't believe it. I feel like my heart's going to jump out and beat in front of me. I'm really, really that excited.
I'm going to have to cook my socks off in the closing rounds of this competition. Really am. I'm going to have to pull something special out the back.
I feel fantastic right now. I feel this warm, fuzzy, excited glow thing.
The final 5 is great, but I definitely want more. I want to win the competition. Desperately want to win the competition.
Next time, the semi-finalists' heads are on the block.
4 potatoes for 12 people? It's never going to be enough. See, as a pudding fan, I'm concerned. You break one. Go, 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 go. Get it out of here.
For one contestant, their MasterChef dream will end.